Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Jeff Howell is here.
Hey!
How you doing, Jeff?
Good. How are y'all?
So, I got a couple things to ask you about, Jeff. First, it's great to have you in studio.
Yes.
It's always
You smell good.
I do smell good.
You got good deodorant, man.
You know what it is? I wear these wicking shirts.
Yeah.
You know, because I sweat so
There's
bad
the ones
when I
that
play.
the witch, they're a witch.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Wiccan shirts.
Yeah, but I washed it one time and left it in the washer too long, where they sour.
they get sour.
This smells like dog when I start sweating. So what I do now, instead of throwing away the shirt because I'm too cheap, I hang the shirt up after I wash it and I spray it with Glade. Orange Glade. You know the Glade? Orange Glade.
Yeah.
I spray it and it doesn't smell like dog anymore.
Yeah, I like that.
I never know what to believe with Jeff. Like, he just got
It's
me
like having
along.
two me's in here. I like it. I feel comfortable when you get here. I'm like, oh, thank God, somebody who likes tomfoolery is here.
I will say my ex.
This guy's too serious.
Tomfoolery.
Yeah.
I wish you were tomfoolery.
in the Red Dog Pub thing.
Yeah.
The,
How's that going?
Yeah.
How's that going?
I was going to do my son's birthday party.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Oh.
My partner used to. I swear, I'd go.
That's the one that lied to you. Right?
Yeah, that screwed me over. Did come up with his money. Lied. It was
that guy.
Holy
I love that
crap!
guy.
Yeah,
It seems weird in the bar industry.
I know.
Oh, all right.
I would no. You listen.
You must be the outlier.
You are dead on because. I always prided myself on calling it right on people. This guy, okay, this guy's a truth teller. This guy's a truth teller. And the only best friend that I have.
I'm an oath keeper. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. What is that? I don't even know what that is.
But Bubba was about the only one that I would allow to lie, and in that best friend status,
You would tell lies?
Well, I'm finding out a lot of stuff today, dude. I didn't know any of that.
He didn't need gas.
You know what?
Do you mean to tell me
didn't need gas.
He didn't save that black family from the retention pond that was drowning?
The dog didn't really have his wallet.
Oh.
He just had an idea of his.
He didn't drink out of a rusty hose and get an amoeba in his brain?
And there is no such thing as diabetes camps. So anyway, but the partner, but we would start, when we started everything, I would go and he'd go, well, what do you think about this? And I'd start telling him something, and then I'd have a punchline. And he would suck into it. So it got to the point where every time, even when the money was, and everything was bad and nothing good was happening with the bar, I would go up and I'd go, Mark, look, I went down to the bank today and I'll talk, and he goes, wait, is this a true story? Yeah, because I was
thought it was a setup for a joke.
because I do
That's
it
kind of insulting, right?
Yeah, it is.
A little bit when people do that. My wife will do that. She'll be like, are you joking?
Yeah.
What's
she'll
the
do
boy?
that.
It's a boy you cried wolf,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The boy who called Wolf.
What's woof?
Wolf, come here, Wolf.
What is woof?
This is what you came back to.
God
Do you
damn
wish
it.
you were back in the mountains?
You know what they don't have in Colorado? Woof.
Go ahead.
You may proceed.
Hey, you tell too many jokes. And
And you never get to the story.
Yeah.
And this all started with my boy, what kind of guitar he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know where we're at because I'm on marijuana right now.
What's he like? Telecaster, Stratocaster?
Oh, no. He was, because he liked the kind of little harder edge than me. He liked the Les Paul. And so when he was 7, he goes, Dad, I'd like a Les Paul. And I said, you ain't getting one of those.
Yeah.
They're like, even back then, they were like $2,300.
They're
Yeah,
expensive, man.
Yeah. So I bought him a knockoff. And then as he started playing with me, I said, you know what? We're doing more blues. Come play with me and stuff like that. I said, you might want to look at Fender because they're thinner sounding.
Yeah.
But you can still grit them out. So he bought a Stratocaster.
Sweet. Strats are great.
Yeah, he saved up his money. It cost him about $1,200.
Oh, we got to go to it. I have a Mexican Strat that is,
Yeah,
obviously
they're
not
great. I got a
American made.
Mexican.
It's good.
No, all my guitars are Mexican.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's not.
Well, mine was stuck in Texas for a couple of years.
Yeah, mine too.
I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
As soon as
Mine
you said,
loves Rogan. Yeah, Rogan fan. Austin for life. Keep Austin weird.
so Jeff, I want to talk to you about poop.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right.
So
This
you.
is not like you. You normally don't like to talk about the feces.
Well, it's not what you think. I'm not going to go too gross.
No, I think poop is what you think
Well,
it is. Yeah.
you said before the show started on Twitch. That's why everybody should listen on Twitch because you can get it uncensored.
yeah, when you get some of the tidbits that I don't even think Jeff knew he was on the Twitch.
So you mentioned you had to go real bad.
Yes.
And then that.
Oh, people in our chat room met you at Red Dog Pub and say you're nice.
Oh,
weird.
That is weird.
that's the only good thing to come out of the Red Dog Pub right there.
Nice.
That
So,
was nice. No, but thank you guys. You were nice too.
It got me to think about old man poop, and no offense.
Yeah.
But
Loose.
And the only thing I know about it for old man poop is from hanging out with
Comes
my
in stages. It's like a rocket.
Well, hanging out with my pop-up,
Yeah.
right? Because every time I hung out with my pop-up, there's a couple of mistakes made where one time I took him on that, the hang glider, what is it called? Not paragliding. Not paragliding.
Parasail.
No, it's
it's like
Paraplegic.
Parachuting.
The
glider.
glider.
A glider.
You get inside.
Oh,
and
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah. A plane.
It's like a glider
not
plane.
a paraglider, but a regular plane. A plane without an engine.
Yeah, plane without engine. He always wanted to go, so I took him to Mount Dora. Anyway, people know the story.
I've always wanted to be in a plane that didn't have an engine.
So
if God wanted planes to fly, he'd have put engines on
by the way,
them.
my pop-up would tell me stuff. It's like, I've always wanted to go on a glider, and then I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, it's right, there's a Mount
I
Dora.
always wanted to try the Arby's Big Montana.
So anyway, speaking of that,
Oh, it's too late. It's gone. I tried to get it last week.
We went to like BJ's Brew House or something for
Yeah,
lunch.
get some diarrhea pizza.
And then-
Get a Pizookie.
Yeah, get a Pizookie.
And my pop-up, he didn't go too much outside of his comfort zone.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
St. Cloud or whatever. So he didn't know BJ's Brew
Do
House.
you have burnt steak and fries?
So and as he got older, he would eat a lot. Like we'd go to the same diner, and he'd get 3 scoops, 1 scoop of tuna, 1 scoop of egg salad, 1 scoop of chicken salad on like some toast. You know, like, you start eating like blander food.
Yeah,
because-
yeah,
that
yeah.
now.
You don't want it to kick in.
It's called 3 scoops
Yeah, yeah.
of slop.
Well, because your body can't handle
Triple slop.
a BJ's
Spice.
Brew House pub burger
Yeah,
with a
but what's the
knife stuck
difference
in.
in 2 blobs of mayonnaise with
Right.
mechanically separated meat in it?
It's a grease.
I mean, that's
I
not-
don't know. Whatever it was, all I know is that he went to use the bathroom in the gliding place, the trailer, and then we all had to evacuate, and the pilots
shut
had to
down.
get out.
Yeah.
They sold the glider.
He was flushing the toilet a million times. It's because it was, you can't eat a
That
BJ's
doesn't
Brew
work.
House.
That doesn't work, by the way.
Burger.
If somebody, because Butler has a tendency to stink it up in our bathroom, and I've tried this, it doesn't work to flush the toilet. the smells will not be sucked down.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
drain.
yeah, yeah.
Doesn't
They're
work like
impervious.
that.
Impervious
Yeah,
to
it
flush.
doesn't work like that.
They float.
They
They're
do.
getting away.
They do float.
But anyways,
They all float down here.
He shouldn't have eaten that, and like obviously, I never asked him about it, but
Yeah.
he would have said,
Well,
like, I can't eat these.
You're
this
a man
garbage.
of few words. He's
Yeah,
a man of few
yeah,
words.
all less words.
I'm sure that
Oh, sat in
paragliding
silence.
car ride was riveting.
Anyway, so not that you're as old as my pop-up.
Yeah, but I'm edging there.
Yeah, yeah.
60,
all
62.
a way for you to ask Jeff if he wants to go gliding with you?
Yeah. Or somehow or another.
You miss your pop-up so
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
that you invited Jeff here and you want him to play the role of
Yeah.
your gliding pop-up?
Yeah. All I'm saying is, does that happen to you? You have to be careful what you eat.
Oh, that happens
because-
to me because I got IBS.
Yeah.
Oh, do
that's
you?
You have a disease.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
as
got
you
a
get-
disease.
No, but
As you get older.
I don't think I have a disease, but I've had chronic diarrhea since '82.
Yeah, you know what mine's like?
I was born in '82.
Must have been what did.
You know what mine's like? Mine's like when you got a bottle of liquid detergent.
Yeah.
And you can squeeze the bottle and it will you're changing the size
Yeah.
of the container, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just based on science, the amount of liquid that's in there will go right to the meniscus, that area of the top.
Yeah.
And it will go, hink, and it'll just hit at the top, and it almost like it's going to protrude through.
Yes.
But it won't protrude through.
Yeah.
That's me. Just make me the bottle and make the
Yeah.
meniscus
Yeah.
where,
The thing.
The thing.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. And I
Yeah.
have to stop. And I'll be like, cut, close the top. All right.
Yeah.
We got to go to the bathroom.
Hey, the problem is, as you get older, the top doesn't close as well as it used to.
Yeah. Sometimes
That's the problem.
Squirrels would get in there and knock the lid off.
All right, let's switch
Check
subjects.
your couch here.
Oh, my God.
Let's talk medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because this leads me into another
I don't want
topic
to
of
talk about
cocaine.
That's against the.
you know.
That's
Yeah.
patient doctor privileges. Or
Yeah,
whatever they call
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not
So-
airing out my dirty laundry.
Well, we our fine sponsor True Leave is our medical
Are they?
marijuana.
Oh.
Yeah. You go to True Leave a lot now.
Yeah, no, I've been once, but I'm going back now.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
We're gonna have some promo codes coming up soon. But
Hell yeah.
Anyway, so what made you get your card?
Well, getting older, and you guys will discover this one day, but there will come a day where you go, okay, I've got to do that once a year wellness check just to see if I've got something.
Yeah.
You know, you
And
don't.
it's a gamble. You're like,
Yeah.
I could be.
Yeah, you don't care about getting healthier, but you just go, I need to check if I have something.
If I'm
that I-
dying.
It's like scratching the lumpiest lottery ticket.
Damn it. So I went, and the last 2 times I went, my liver numbers, the enzyme, where it's starting to break down, were up. And so the guy goes, can you quit drinking for a week? And I said, yeah, I can do that. And I did it, and it didn't change much. He said, can you quit drinking for a month? And I went, yeah, okay. So I did, and I went in, and it was even, So he goes, look, nothing's, you could keep drinking right now and nothing happened for 4 or 5 years, but your chances of something happening, even cancer,
way higher.
are way higher. Yep. So I said, well, maybe it's time I look for an alternative. And I've never been a pot smoker because I can't inhale. Or I don't inhale well. I never could inhale a cigarette.
Yeah, I can't inhale either.
Yeah, I never.
I can't stop inhaling.
Yeah.
In fact, the problem I have now is literally can't stop. Too much weed.
And back in the day, there was weed when I was playing music.
I was just thinking about George W. Bush and this whole I didn't inhale. Was that him?
No, that was Clinton.
No,
Clinton
Clinton.
didn't inhale.
Clinton was that they gave the joint to him and he put it to his lips. He did that move that you do when people hand you shots.
Yeah.
But
and you.
Yeah.
Imagine that was a big deal at one time.
It was huge.
This country,
Yeah.
It was
the
huge.
president took a draw of a joint, but he didn't inhale.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh.
Yeah.
Y'all can say what you want to, but when he
People were mad at Obama for smoking cigarettes at the White House.
People get mad for the wrong stuff. When he landed that plane on that aircraft carrier,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Mission accomplished.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Like he's in the suit.
It looked good.
It looked good.
My brother was at USA, and we didn't do drugs in high school. I waited
That
till
wasn't
my 40s.
my thing either, no.
And so my brother was in college, and he met a girl, and she said, you want to come over and smoke some pot with me? And this was way back when it was really taboo.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, this means I'm getting laid here. So he went with her, but he was going to do Bill Clinton. He's just going to not just going to just puff out the smoke.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing that a couple times. She goes, come here. And she turned it around backwards to do a shotgun, with him, where she blows the
the smoke
thing.
out.
I've never done that.
So she puts the lit in her mouth, and then you put it in somebody's face, and you blow, and it sends a concentrated stream.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he had
Have Andrea do that to me.
Yeah, we never, did, but so we didn't know a lot, but he had heard about it. So she
Is
comes.
this something my daughter can do for me?
Yes, actually it is.
Oh.
And so the girl came up to him. She put the thing backward in her mouth, and she came up to my brother, and he goes, shotgun. But he didn't know how it worked, so he went to the end of it, and he went, whoo, and he blew on his end up, which shot hot ashes down her throat.
Oh, killed her. Oh, my God. That's awesome.
She started coughing, and she couldn't stop coughing, and she was laying on her side coughing. He goes, should I go? And she went, yeah.
And then she left. Or he left.
No, he left, and that was it.
That's a great story.
So now that you have your
Hang
card.
on, I'm going to scratch that one.
No. I said it was great.
Oh, no.
That means
You're
it was
being nice.
just a little bad.
So how do you enjoy it?
How do I enjoy pot?
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
Oh, I love it.
Edibles, though, or what are you
Well,
doing?
I was doing the edibles, but I don't gauge those as well, because it takes so long to kick in.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, and so you're doing. Well,
I wish they would just give us needles of marijuana.
Yeah.
That I could just shoot in my arm.
So I
I
do
do have the syringes.
Yeah, I do.
No, I want it fast.
Yeah. Because I think if you do the oil or something like that,
Yeah.
so something goes faster.
There's
but
tinctures,
sublingual,
sublingual.
The smoking does enough for
It's
me.
the fastest.
Yeah, it's nice. Gets me a little buzz right here.
It's almost like instant, too.
Yeah.
So have you gone through the experience of doing too much and having a freak out yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's the best part.
Yeah. In fact,
It's controlled chaos. You should call me. I'll do it with you.
Yeah. I play I'm not going to say exactly what event, but I play a party every year. It's a big sporting event.
Yeah.
And okay, it's a Super Bowl. But anyway,
That rules are out the window, Jeff. Nowadays, you could say Super Bowl a million times.
No.
Super Bowl party.
I'm not worried about. I'm worried about. I didn't want to call out the guy. You
Oh,
know, at the house.
yeah.
So, but it's not a bad call out because I
It's
played.
Warren Sapp. He's
The guy is a sweetheart. He's a super guy. I've known him for years. Just consider him a real good friend. Rich.
Oh,
He's rich. Yeah.
This is that rich Super Bowl party you complain about every year.
No.
Yeah, I did it to you. See, I learned it from you.
I was waiting to see when you were retaliating. That was calculated, and that was good,
You
dude.
just wait. Next
This
time
guy's
I'm on
been-
the show, I'm gonna
Oh
kick
my
your
God,
ass.
This guy's vindictive. Boy,
So-
he wrote down hot ash story.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Right, you know,
I'll give him a
damn it to hell.
second round of ash.
Damn
Here
it.
it comes.
God, I'm such a So anyway, at the party, I wasn't drinking at this time. It was one of my times when I drinking. So I'd go up to the bar and I'd go, hey, she'd go, what do you have, Jeff? I go, I'll have a Coca-Cola. Have a Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
So I go and eat some ribs on the break, and then I go to the desserts. I was going to eat some cheesecake, and there was a box of cookies that said medicinal. And I was feeling glaucoma coming on for the weekend, so I said, okay. So I pulled that thing open. I ate a whole cookie.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And then 20 minutes later, I took a break. Nothing happened. So I went and ate another cookie. I thought it was impervious.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're doing it.
So I went up and I started playing. I had about 2 sets to go. So I did another 15 minutes, and at the end of the set, nothing. So I go up to the girl, the bartender girl, and I say, hey, she goes, well, Jeff, what do you want? And I go, yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
Gotcha.
And I mean, everything turned like 10 times as slow as normally.
Oh, I love that.
And I couldn't hear like it sounded like Jimmy Finger's piano was in the pool and Tom Sachs was in the garage, and then it got to where I couldn't stand.
Were you drinking? No, you weren't drinking.
I wasn't drinking,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was high to the point of almost hallucinating.
Yeah,
So I went and I didn't
I like
have
to go walk into the closet.
Yeah.
And then I just let all of my wife's dress sleeves. I just let them just kind of just dust to my face.
Oh my God!
Well, when you're by yourself, it's different than where you're on stage.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
yeah,
have a freak out?
I had a freak, and I had to quit 20 minutes early. Because
Oh,
I usually
that's
play
not
till
like
the
it.
next.
I've never
quit.
never done that.
So they put
Ever
me.
done that.
They put me in a chair, and I was sitting, and a girl came up and she gave me a plate of food with a spoon on it, and she gave me the spoon, and she goes, "Eat something." I go, "It'll never make it to my mouth."
By the way, which makes it worse with edibles, because that as soon as you eat something greasy or fat or
Yeah,
anything,
it usually lights a fuse.
it'll
really?
it'll be
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to put fat on
It'll
top of that.
activate it.
That works with alcohol. Like eating something
yeah.
will help your
Get you
alcohol.
higher or get diarrhea more?
Well,
Both.
the alcohol.
Take that.
Yeah, if you eat something when you're super stoned and having a freak out, it'll make it worse.
Like I'll do
Yeah.
this.
Oh, okay.
Like if I take a pill,
actually
like
need
10 milligram
CBD
pill, and then
or
I just eat
alcohol.
a slice of cheese.
Yeah.
Because it's all fat.
Yeah.
And about 20 minutes later, the fuse is lit.
Really?
The fat.
Oh wow, I
Because
didn't know
it's
that.
how your liver processes the fat,
Yeah.
and then so that's where the
Oh,
THC.
I
is.
see.
So when
it bypasses.
Yeah, try it.
So
Yeah.
ba- basically, while your liver's working and putting
Yeah.
that in your bloodstream, like
Yeah.
the fat and all, it also puts the THC more in your bloodstream.
Oh, okay, good.
And so, you could eat edibles, be super high, and then if you eat something fatty, you're maybe twice as high.
What you
2
probably
times-
Really?
yeah.
What you probably needed, and you could talk to Scott York about this. You probably needed some CBD to mellow you out,
or
bring your high down.
Or it's funny, alcohol will kill the anxiety.
Oh really?
But
But it
it-
usually gets me really screwed up, and I start puking.
But it'll
Really?
make you one drink. It'll
Yeah.
intensify the effect of
Yeah.
it. So there's really you got time.
Yeah.
Will only do.
This is all new to me because, like I said, I never did pot. Now I did cocaine, but I held off for years.
We've switched to cocaine.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
2021 is
It's
common
good.
day.
Yeah, I did it for years, but there was about
dreams.
a 10-year period where people would offer me cocaine,
Yeah.
and I flat out refused because I wasn't going to do it until we know what's in it.
Exactly. Write that down. I like that one.
Anti-vaxxer joke.
I like that one. I support that one.
Yeah, a little
My
better
body,
than
my
the
choice.
ash. A little better than the ash. So
Not much.
If you're not
on my
watching,
wife's pillow.
twitch.tv/Dominate Live if you want to see Jeff jumping around. It's
So-
awesome.
I wanted to talk about cocaine because Samantha.
I want to talk about cocaine.
Wait, what? Don't put me in.
Well,
I want to do cocaine with Samantha.
Samantha mentioned she saw someone do cocaine in the bathroom over.
At a sports bar.
Apparently, you were
Sports
time
bar.
traveling. You got out of your hot tub time machine.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while since that's happened.
and you said that, and then it got me to think. I was like,
Yeah.
why was it a thing to go to the bathroom and do cocaine?
Because people get drunk and they want to continue to drink, so they go and do a line.
well, I'm saying why in the bathroom? Because it seems like
trying to hide, I guess?
Privacy. You can go in there and do it off the.
Yeah,
is it
the
just out
toilet.
of privacy?
Yeah, I think so.
Because
Yeah.
it seems like
You can't just
Do it at the table.
You don't want to do it in your car because
Yeah.
you could quite possibly get arrested,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
well, because I equate it to the now everybody brings.
Well,
their-
Jeff's done it, Jeff. I mean,
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I
but,
mean,
but
Yeah, ask an expert.
well, I
why
will.
the bathroom?
Because privacy, and it makes you pee really bad.
Well,
Ooh, I need that then.
I know, right? Oh, you have trouble peeing?
I have my medication I'm on for my depression and anxiety has given me a weak stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
so what?
Sad.
Do some cocaine.
I equated it to the medical marijuana and the fact that basically most people I know now that have a card, they take their pen around with them, and then they'll be at places like a parties or a pub or a bar or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Academy.
if they want to take a toot, they'll just walk to like the corner or outside or walk away, take a toot and take a draw.
I
and
announce it. I'm like, medical marijuana.
and
I'm
blow
gonna
it
walk
out.
away. Medical marijuana right here.
So it seems like
Citizens arrest my lungs.
in the marijuana culture, and you're blowing out a plume of medical marijuana
that
smoke.
other people can breathe.
Like so, it's harder to hide, but they do it in public, and like so. Why?
I would say 99% of the reason people went to the bathroom to do cocaine is because everybody else wanted your cocaine.
Oh,
yeah, everybody
So if
wanted.
you blew it, okay, that's a
and there was
bad.
only this much cocaine. I got pot for days.
So you didn't want anybody to see you,
Yeah.
because the likelihood of someone else asking you like, "Hey, let me take a hit off your two-pin," that doesn't really.
This isn't the 70s. You don't share your cocaine with big piles of it.
Yeah.
We're not doing that. We're selfish with
See,
our cocaine.
there it is. That makes it.
That
more
was
sense,
the reason, and there was also this great thing. That being the reason is if you let somebody do your cocaine, all of a sudden y'all were like cocaine buddies. You know, there's a little conspiratory. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You know.
Yeah. We're cocaine buddies.
So it's like a thing.
Eskimo kiss. We had rubber noses together.
Because when you went to the bathroom, like I thought most people did bumps of cocaine.
Yeah, that's
like,
what it. Yeah.
You just take a little bit and you snort it off the spoon or whatever.
Yeah,
like the length.
Your nail.
Or nail or key or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I never
or your
done
little
coke.
crucifix necklace.
Yeah.
Shout out Cool
McDonald's coffee stir.
A G.I. Joe's hand works really good.
That would work.
Yeah, we're perfect. Scoop it right up and then film it for a TikTok.
The whole like in the movies you do like snorting a line off the back of a toilet.
Yeah.
No one did that.
No,
That's
they
disgusting,
did.
right?
No, they did do it. They
Oh,
did do
yeah.
it. Oh yeah. I
Seems
did
gross. You're like
It is gross.
And you're in the bathroom like
Yeah.
doo-doo in there.
Yeah, you're putting all the doo-doo right in your nose.
Yeah.
And the guy, well, I used to do it because I used to put a little line on the back of the toilet, you know, and just a little line, you know, and because I have breathing problems, so I gotta do this. I gotta go and let all my air out.
Pump yourself up.
I gotta layer it out, all my air out. I go
Like you're a free diver.
yeah. I go and I get a lot of air, and then I go down and I go because only one nostril works at a time. I go, you know, and then I would get it in there. Yeah. And then I would get it in there, and the guy next to me would go, rough poop.
Yeah, it just seems. Also, it seems like the grossest place to
Yeah.
snort
Yeah.
anything in the
But
bathroom.
when it's cocaine, you don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you want it so bad.
Yeah.
There was a time like in the 70s, 80s that it was everybody did it, right? Well, like when did it?
Yeah.
When are we going to get
popular-
medical cocaine?
That's what they call
Actually,
Adderall.
they did that. I mean,
That's why I'm taking that right now.
I want medical cocaine.
They actually, believe it or not, they would thought cocaine was a recreational drug and pot was the bad drug.
Yeah. It was a
Until they saw how
stimulant,
wild people were on cocaine. You know, not how wild they were doing cocaine, but how wild they were trying to get more cocaine and then crack and then, you know.
They become addicted and your OD.
I can completely relate to you like with the lung thing because when I use my tooth pen I go.
Yeah. Get it out. Yeah.
Then you gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it, passing out. Put the hand on the wall. Open.
Yeah.
Slap your face.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Now you're ready to go to church.
They go ahead. Yeah, question.
No.
Yeah.
Next, I was going to ask you about the 70s and disco, but
Yeah. No. But it was everywhere there. But
he didn't deserve that.
But the late 70s and the early 80s. The cocaine thing was just huge. I mean, and it was, but you could see people let little knots in their pants, and not that I looked at people's pants.
But everybody that went
pants.
out usually had a little bit of cocaine.
Well,
in
if
them.
you did cocaine and you made some money, you had to have money for cocaine.
What did it cost back then?
It cost about $100, $80 to $100 for a gram.
baggie? Okay.
Yeah, for a gram. Yeah,
How
for a
much?
baggie.
How many snorts is a gram?
Well, it depends on who you're snorting with.
I'm a lightweight. You know, I don't need a ton, just a little of that.
You could probably get, I would say, about, you know, if you're lightweight, probably about 20 snorts out of it.
Oh, that's great. That's a value. I'm going to try this.
It was great, for writing songs and stuff because I'd get drunk and I'd do cocaine. I'd stay up till 6 in the morning.
Right.
But then I'd write something like Eskimo's lips on fire. I don't know if that's going to be any good.
There was a time. It seems like a time, and I've seen it where like you get into your like mid-20s and you're drinking every night.
Yeah.
And the people like they just got into coke just because it would help them drink longer.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're at the bar instead of you drink yourself till you're tired, and then you just do coke to make the party last longer.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And that's what everybody was doing it for.
Absolutely. But the weird thing about cocaine is the first sniff you do, the first one you ever do will be the best one you ever do. It's never
That's
as
like
good.
girls.
Yeah, it's like girls.
Right? Because they're younger.
or anything.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
For me, they're younger then.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're not going to get any better than that.
Yeah.
At least in mine,
Yeah.
it just goes downhill from that.
Yeah.
Even if you're like
You're
that
chasing
lady,
it. Yeah.
even if you're like that lady that plays the Rebecca character on Ted Lasso, who's like, I mean, she's gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
But she's an older lady.
Yeah,
and you know that
Is she older, or does
Yeah,
she
she's-
have that thing where she looks older, but she's actually like
because she's fit.
30?
Because when people are muscly fit, sometimes they look a little older.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Sometimes fat people look
How old is that?
infinitely young because they're
Oh,
plump
no,
like
because it pushes
a
out the
young
wrinkles.
they're like a
Yeah.
young baby. They're plump.
Yeah.
You look like a young
It does.
baby.
It pushes the wrinkles out. I
It
think.
does.
Yeah.
If an older fat guy loses weight, he looks real
Looks
old.
way-
You're
looks old.
like, oh my god!
I want a bone rail body with a big fat head.
Yeah.
Big fat face. I want a moon pie face with a broom body.
You do that with Botox.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Turn
into a lion.
I've lost like 40 pounds just this week.
Really?
I hit
You
40
look-
pounds.
you
Yeah.
look great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But
40?
I'm worried about losing much more because, all that.
Oh, looking old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't look old.
You think?
I don't think so.
I feel-
the joke
feel.
that we would always bust on you for looking old, I don't think you look any older than anybody else.
You mean that
That
wasn't
was
true?
always just like a joke. Yeah, it was just
man.
like a
That's
joke.
true for 15 years.
That's the only reason I was doing all that exercise and that taekwondo stuff.
Well, you still have like a blonde in your
Do
beard.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah. It started dying on this side faster than this side.
Have you ever dyed it?
No, hell no. I don't.
Chris Fisher does.
I don't. Who?
Our friend Chris Fisher, he
Okay.
still does. He's not
Oh,
even a public
great
eye anymore.
He's probably a great guy, but I don't trust anybody that
He
dyes
is a
their
great
hair.
guy, but
Yeah.
he dyes his beard.
Not to be too mean to you, Jeff,
Yeah.
but you did do that thing where a lot of people do, where they lose some weight and then they say to me that I don't want to lose too much weight because I don't want to be anorexic. Or
Yeah,
look too,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
look
yeah, yeah.
sickly.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you're nowhere close to that.
Yeah.
Like you could lose another 80, and then
Oh my
Yeah,
yeah.
God!
I'm saying-
You're gonna take that?
No, I'm
No,
just
I
saying
ain't.
That's not even a joke. That's just you being
no,
a
not
mean
to Jeff.
person.
I'm saying to other people
but
when
you
they
just
say
said
that.
it to
Said it
Jeff.
to
They're like,
Jeff.
I don't
You
want to
said
be
it right to
anorexic.
his face. You-
I'm like, well, anorexic is a stretch.
The
You
last
just said-
person that said that to us was Super Dave at House of Blues.
Why did you say that?
Because I'm a truthful man. I don't lie. And Super Dave had a House of Blues shirt on, and he said, if I lose any more weight than this shirt, I'm not going to be able to wear this. It'd be too big. And
Yeah.
we were both like, I don't know, Bo.
Okay, you can wear it.
He'd laugh at that. He's a
Yeah.
legend. The guy, you can't, the guy's living a better life than we are.
All right, Jeff. So what you mentioned the pandemic and your mom earlier, and
Yeah.
like, it's a valid point because this happened to like my meemaw and like a lot of people's meemaws or grandparents or even parents.
Yeah.
Where if they they can't be around people, and now it's long. It's been a
It
long
happened to
time.
my papa pay and my mimi mama mo.
and then anyway, you
You guys and your dumb baby names.
I had a.
It's mom and dad. It's mom and dad.
Yeah, I had a friend whose grandparents they called him Muzz and Creepy.
So it makes sense that like you're trying to stay away from people. You're not trying to get COVID. Even though you're vaccinated now. It's like
Right.
still a risk, especially for old people.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Have health problems. But you're not around anybody, and Daniel
Lonely.
brought up a great point.
Yeah.
It's like it's a mental
The
depression.
psychological damage.
Of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people just having to not be around anybody,
Yeah.
and then the wearing on and on and on.
Yeah.
and
I like that.
I don't
though,
know
like-
how do you help someone going through that?
Well, this didn't help, but we started doing. We got her on Zoom, which was hard because
Yeah.
we had to talk her through it,
Yeah.
and she tells you
It's
everything.
not complicated.
No, it's not. But when they're
No,
not,
it's hard. I'm saying it is hard.
Yeah.
Like,
One out of 5 people look
Yeah,
at her
yeah,
like,
yeah,
can
yeah.
You
you
would
hear
be
us?
surprised.
Hello?
In
Yeah.
fact, give her a hug and a kiss
I
for
will.
me because it's like there are millionaire comedians in their 30s that can't do it. So if she's doing it, she's just fine.
But see,
Your audio's off.
Yeah, just to show you how stupid my family is. I'm the IT tech in the family.
You're a clever guy.
So my mom's so anyway. So I call my mom and I'm walking her through it. And the hardest thing is she won't let me do the remote. She won't let me hook my computer to her computer. Where I can do it remotely. Because she doesn't want anybody to have access to her computer. You know. So she just she'll do the Zoom thing or whatever. But she's scared of it. And so,
what could she be looking at? What is she afraid that you're going to see?
She's also a very proper lady, right?
Oh yeah.
Like she's very. Very done up to the 11s and very proper and the way
she doesn't know what I do for a living. She still doesn't know what I do for a living. Yeah,
I think that's awesome
because of the the bar and the radio thing. Yeah. And my brother.
She never knew, or
no,
she
was
out there playing in the honky tonk.
She knew I was involved with music. But how's it going? I go, it's going good. I'm making money. I'm doing fine. Mom, good. Well, you sure you don't want to go to college? I was like 45. but here's the deal. I was sitting there. I never told her about the radio thing because we were syndicated in Lake Charles for somewhere, Alexandria, I think, for a while. And Bubba goes, man, I can't wait to get syndicated in Baton Rouge. I said, that's the day I quit. Because I can't have my mom hearing me talk like that. It's Old South,
Yeah.
So,
really? So
it's weird because generations. Because my mom, it took her a while to get used to it, but then eventually she was okay with it. But I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so I said. So anyway, I'd had a new CD out. And I said, "Oh, Mom, I got a new CD. It was one of my musical CDs.
Is this the new one CD with the cover?"
Yeah. This is and so I said, Evans. I was sitting in the kitchen. She said, I said, yeah, I got a new CD. It's selling like great in Orlando. I said, Evans, grab my CD. My older brother. So he goes in my room and he grabs Blues Dumps, the one with me sitting on the toilet on the cover,
with her pants down,
and he hands her that, and she looks at it. She goes, "Oh my God, oh Jeff. Oh my God! Is this in public? Is this in the store? Oh my
she's
God!
Being serious.
Yeah, it ruined me for a long time.
I don't even like
really.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah,
I don't like it
I can because I
so
can.
you couldn't even it's weird.
I couldn't even talk about it.
I don't like this is a joke.
Were you mad?
Ashamed.
Yeah, but were you mad as hell at him? Did he do it on purpose?
No, he did it on purpose.
He was a brother.
Yeah.
That is embarrassing.
He will throw you under any bus. He doesn't care if you're in a wheelchair. You're going under that bus.
You don't know about this.
Hold on. Why did you do that? That is shameful.
It was stupid.
You're sitting on a toilet in the front of your music.
Yeah. Well, I had my guitar in front of my junk. Okay,
I've seen it.
You never saw the CD.
I saw it. It's shameful. I'm with your mom.
I know. God, and here's the deal.
It's embarrassing.
And in the thing, I did the OJ song where I quoted Mark Furman, but instead of saying he said the N-word, I actually said the word.
Right.
So I got that. Then we got.
Was she like that? That was the only redeeming.
I love number 7.
Can I get a plug? Can I get a plug?
Yes, that's why you're here.
I'm playing Saturday at the Elks Club Clan meeting, so just going. I'm kidding. Anyway, what? No.
You got Butler on that one.
But I got Hold That Homo Down on that too. So I'm offending everybody. So I offended my mom. I offended the black race. I offended the gays.
This is not good.
Yeah.
It's 2002.
Yeah. I know.
How'd you get out of that? Or do you just not talk about it again?
You weren't canceled?
Oh, no.
You just
let it die. You got to let it die. And listen, for like 2 days, I'd walk by and go, hey, Mom. She'd go, hey.
Oh,
it was rough. It was rough. But she gets over it, yeah. So.
Yeah. Eventually, it'll just kind of fade away.
So, but I mean, did that Zoom meeting help her interact? Did she feel? Because
did she like it at all?
Was it work? Jeff, I'll tell you. Look at what we're doing right now. Yeah. We're talking to you in person. When we used to have you on Zoom, it was a harder thing.
It was much harder. Yeah,
there's a disconnect, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we've evolved over millions of years to have some sort of contact with you face to face, and we haven't evolved yet.
You riff better in person.
Yeah, there's some weird connection that we all feel, and it's hard to get that. So, did that happen with her?
Well, no, she actually loved it at first because she hadn't seen anybody. Because
better than nothing.
It's better than nothing because she couldn't even socialize. They wouldn't let them socialize with each other.
Yeah, because
so she was by herself, and so she started doing the Zoom. But before she did the Zoom, all she would do, she got depressed and she just do Sudoku all day long.
I do love a good Sudoku.
Yeah,
puzzle.
and she would, so she just do Sudoku. So anyway, the first 2 or 3 that we did. She loved it, and my little brother would put old pictures of her family up and tell us about this, Mom, and
that's a good idea.
Get them engaged. But what happened was,
did you learn how to do that? Because then when you were talking to us, when you were putting
you
old
did.
pictures, that was when you were talking.
Yeah, that was for my mom. All those pictures were for my mom. Yeah,
That's great.
But
Now
I
use
thought,
it on us.
yeah, I thought, yeah.
One
Jeff using
Well, here's
if
the
it works
deal.
once, Jeff will use it 10 to million times.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, look, you know what I do?
He's efficient.
I realize this when I fall in love with something, I overdo it till I hate it.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now with my wife.
We're just
come back
starting.
around.
We're starting to round the bend here.
I'm waiting for it to reset.
Yeah. But anyway, it did help. But about the fourth week, we started kind of riffing on each other, you know.
Yeah.
So we were talking, what happened to you? Yeah. And so she was listening to and loving it. But about the fifth week of us doing that riffing with ourselves, we saw her like doing this, and she'd go, and she'd grab her Sudoku book and just start filling it. Yeah. So
I'm
she
tired.
would do-
same old story.
which is what my family does. My brother's wife is from Ireland, and my brother, somebody will say something that'll kick in a story for him, and he'll go, "Oh yeah, I was at the USL football game," and she'll go, "Oh God, not that story again."
It's a testament to like parents and personalities, and it seems like the stronger personality or whatever the trait is, like passes on because I've seen it before with like you'll have a parent that's like super quiet, keeps himself, and then like a very over the top dad or whatever, and then the kids will be all like have that personality trait of the dad, and there won't be this one super quiet one. It's like the overpowering personality. So you got all your stuff for your dad.
My dad. Yeah, but I will tell you this: I'm more like my mom than my two brothers are. My two brothers are more like my. In fact, and this is God's honest truth, I am the least outgoing and the least funny in my family.
Really?
Yeah. My brothers they'll kill you. They're so insane funny. And none of them went into business. Yeah.
None of them got into the entertainment.
No. And they're way funny. I mean,
but they don't care about the business.
No, they don't care about the business. You know, and they get it. But if we were in a room, I'd be listening. And not out of competition because we support each other.
Yeah, and you've always said that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, not out of competition. I mean,
that.
I adore my brothers, and I adore that fact. Yeah,
that's cool.
I bet you there's a lot of professions like that. Like just because you're really good at it naturally, it doesn't mean you go into that field, right? Like a lot of stuff is happenstance in life. Like whatever brought you.
Yeah. When my father died and my brother did the eulogy, and my dad, for people that don't know, he was kind of a hometown hero. He was a boxing legend there. He had, he'd won all the things except the final title. He came in second in the NCAA. But anyway, when his funeral came, there's about 500-600 people showed up for this funeral, and my brother did the eulogy, and he told stories about my dad that you could tell in church. And I am so mad that I didn't override my mom and videotape it because it was as funny as the funniest Richard Pryor concert ever. I mean, it was that funny. And it was so funny that when he finished talking, it's in a big, giant Episcopal church.
Yeah.
When he stopped talking, everybody looked at each other and then went, yeah, and gave him a standing ovation in church.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Now, not to take any credit away from
and my mother cut him off. She goes, "You're going on too long."
Wrap it up.
Funerals it's an easy crowd because everybody goes there expecting to be somber. So you start telling like Daniel, like he told a story about his dad, you know, and obviously supernaturally funny person killed.
I am supernaturally funny.
But you got to take it.
That means I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
If you show up to a comedy show and then let's see what you can do.
Okay.
people are expecting it.
Okay, so you say my brother's not funny.
No. The funeral is
we're not going to see Jeff for a little while.
It's a good audience because everybody's expecting to be sad, and then when someone's funny, they're like, "Oh, it's 10 times better."
Now, I'm coming back, but I'll come back, but I'll do 2 drunky jokes when I get back.
The drunky. What was your favorite drunky stunt?
Come on,
stunt?
Yeah, that he did.
God,
you have to remember one of them.
I really don't.
Okay, hold on. Would you bet that Jeff could name 3
good ones?
Drunky stunts.
3 good ones.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
he can't be like at the beepers and phones. Like he's got to be like you got to.
Like an accurate,
quintessential.
I mean, we worked together. How long?
Yeah.
I mean,
10 years.
No, because I was there for 10
7
years,
years?
and then Jeff got out of there quick.
Tom,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I think
I said, here's what I said. Now radio is everybody's coming in costumes. I'm out. All right, I'm not doing this.
I think it was about when I got in, Jeff got out.
Yeah.
So it was like
He's
2005.
Yeah, I think he said somebody said, well, what was Jeff Howell like? I think he slept most of the time I was there because I couldn't sleep at home.
Yeah, he'd sleep at the
It wasn't
studio.
that I couldn't wake up at 4 in the morning. It was because I couldn't fall asleep.
couldn't fall asleep.
So there would be like 48 hours. And once you go past 24.
It was killing you,
it
dude. I
did.
remember that.
Oh, I lost weight. I didn't want to lose too much weight, but I lost weight and jackass. Anyway, but you can lower that number to 1 and still win that bet. I have no idea what.
So not even one.
But I remember the costume.
I love
the
that he
Gravedigger.
doesn't know one.
What
Oh my
about Gravedigger?
Not one.
We made so many jokes about
You
Gravedigger.
You can bully him all you want to.
At
but
least I know-
passively, he just trumped you by
Yeah.
literally. He just said you don't matter.
You weren't
No,
a
He
blip on
just said
I
that
couldn't-
you're not even on the radar.
No.
I couldn't name one Jeff Howell song, but I know
yeah,
I know Brown Eyed Girl.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
his song.
I know, but
Jeff
he
Howell
did-
song. You're lying.
No, it's
Name.
Okay, Burnout Cattle.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
I know the Goof song, but was that real?
Oh, he got you back because that's the real one. I like it.
that was passive aggressive.
Yeah.
The real passive
just
aggressive
joking.
war that you guys are doing is really fun. This
No,
is
but see,
fantastic.
that isn't an insult to you because
No, I know.
I knew
Yeah,
everything.
those
I
things
knew,
weren't memorable. I
yeah,
get it.
I knew everything the non-bit players did. That's what. Yeah, I knew what they did.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't hang out with like the characters down in the tunnels at Disney. You're up top.
No,
Right.
With
That's
me.
what it. I didn't. Yeah,
you were in with
I was
me.
in costume.
Well,
I was
yeah,
in costume.
we were. Me and Jeff worked on like what we like to call the top tier, the
Yeah, yeah,
VIP
yeah.
area,
We
and then
were-
you grunts were you first, your
Yeah.
A1 joke stoppers.
Yeah.
were
Well, you know what's good about
We
Jeff?
were like Mary Poppins. We were like the face characters of Disney. You and I.
Yes, yeah.
And
You're
you
like an
were,
animated penguin.
Yeah, you were like the spoon from Beauty and the Beast or something.
I think Jeff has the personality trait where he doesn't like to talk about people.
No, I really don't.
And
Yeah,
so
and I
you
don't
rather
like-
you rather avoid it. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
bad,
And
yeah.
then,
and I'm fueled by it.
but a lot of people's business is told by talking S.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't know that much about people's business,
No.
and that's
He
no
stays out of
insult.
Yeah,
people's
no.
business.
That's not insulting to them. And like
Yeah.
I fall into this sometimes too, where people will think it's insulting that I didn't know that they just had a baby.
You
or
don't
just
know
got
the
married.
baby's name.
And
Yeah.
I will notice, and this is bad for being married, but I
Yeah.
will notice like when Crystal does her hair or like
Yeah, yeah,
got
yeah.
new clothes. I don't notice anything,
Yeah.
and it's not because I don't care.
It's not a character flaw.
No,
Yeah.
like,
Got a new pantsuit.
like I don't know when people got new
Are you
jobs.
getting hair on your lip?
I don't know when they got fired or when they had a
Yeah.
baby. I don't know anything.
I don't either.
But I don't. It's not that I don't care about them. It's just
Yeah.
I'm not that interested in other people's
doesn't,
business.
It doesn't pique your interest. I've had people for
but it's
years.
kind of a D-head thing to right.
no.
I think it's better to mind your business.
I've had people come up to me and go, "Hey, well, what do you think about the deal with Moira and stuff?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "Look,"
What are you talking about?
or
Rich.
or yeah,
Who the
yeah,
hell is
Or-
Moira?
yeah, and
She's Seminole County tax collector.
Is she? Oh my God! Is she the one that was doing all the stuff?
I have been out of this.
Oh no, that was the other guy. That was the other
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, sorry.
But people
the other guy
ask,
looked like a manager of a Beef O'Brady's. He did.
so I'm guessing she's not with the
Let him
station.
do his
anymore.
plugs.
Oh, God, we gotta get
He
the
don't have
plugs.
his glasses
I
on.
can't
He
see.
lost his
I lost
glasses.
my glasses.
Pop up lost
Oh.
his glasses. Yeah. He
All
lost
right.
them in Colorado at a glory hole.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, did you really?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Donger knocked him off. Don't bring me those.
Oh, look at that.
That's my emergency glove.
No, it's
Put
not even the
he
right-
puts him on. He looks like that old lady from Hallmark on all the cards.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Gladys.
Ah!
Look, it's Gladys from
I
Hallmark.
can see what time it is. Oh, we gotta go. 43. Where are you gonna be at?
JeffHowell.com.
Hey, Grandpa, can you give me a Werther's candy? There?
Yeah, plug it crazy, man.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know where I'm going to be.
Oh,
yeah, I'm doing medical marijuana.
That's the ultimate bully.
Yeah, yeah.
Get him.
I really can't
Waste the
remember.
plug. Waste the plug. Waste the plug.
You have to know.
No, I really don't. I don't.
Well, House of Blues, right?
Well,
Sometime?
no, because I'm not interested in where I play. Okay, it's not that I don't care where I play. I don't care. It's just I don't.
You guys fighting is my new favorite thing. I waited so long for this.
I liked it when you were on the phone.
Oh man, no. Anyway, if you want to know where I'm playing, we're at House of Blues every Thursday, and I'm at go to jeffhowell.com.
You're gonna be at the Super Bowl party.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Real quick, Sam, don't get mad at me because I know we got to get out of here. Do you still have your phone line that people can call and it's you leaving the messages? Remember that?
Wait. So what do I do? What happened?
Remember the number? He used to have a hotline.
Yeah,
Like Jackie the Joke Man.
1-800 number.
You would call the Jeff Howell hotline
Yeah.
and he'd be like, "Hey, what's up, it's Jeff Howell? This is where I'm going to be this week."
Oh yeah. No, that's what I would lay out everywhere. I would do it every week.
You should still do it.
And then what happened was I made it an 800 number because back when you had to pay for calls,
Yeah.
and these kids up in Michigan, Duluth, Michigan, called me because I got the phone bill later on. They started calling me. They heard my voice, the deep voice, and they thought, "Man, you sound really cool. Call us back. We want to talk to you. We're sitting around
God,
drinking."
you're grooming children.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your
no.
joke line.
They were grooming me. They were leaving messages.
We want a pedophile.
Yeah. And they kept saying, "Jeff," they said, "Call us back. You sound so cool." Well, I never called them back because they're kids, and I don't want to be a pedophile. So then they got mad that I never called them back. So they started leaving messages on my thing. So they call them and go, "You never called us, you fat," because I got a deep voice. They thought I was fat. I was skinny then, but I'm fat now.
You fat ass.
You fat piece of ass. So
Oh, man.
I finally, when I got my bill, I had like $300 worth of calls from Duluth, Minnesota. So I called every one of them at 4:00 in the morning, and I said, "Listen, I'm coming up there, and I'm not gonna say what I said because that, yeah,
I'm going to come up there and I'm going to pedophile you
and they never called again. So yeah,
And that was the end of it.
what was the point of your story?
That went a little less than that.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I love you guys, and if you want to know where I'm playing, go to jeffhowell.com, click events, and I'll call you and leave a message.
All right.
Awesome.
We're late. We got to get out of here. And bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Oh, random thought just popped in my head. You know, Big Tim, I guess, is going out to do it's a massive comedy festival.
Mm-hmm.
I forget when it is. I want to say sometime in October, but one of the headliners of one of the major stages, I don't believe the one that Tim is on, but the opposite stage is none other than our arch enemy, Tom Rhodes.
Don't
Really?
I just found
Not
that to
our
be enemy.
I just found that to be, no, I love
Oh,
the guy,
yeah.
but I just think that's funny. I just thought that was
Well, you
very
don't
funny.
love him.
No, I don't.
All
I don't.
extreme.
I don't hate
If
him.
you
though.
did, you would have talked to
I
him.
don't
This
hate
wouldn't
him.
be a
Daniel's
thing.
extreme.
No,
There's like
it's
our
not-
enemy, Tom Rhodes. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I love him.
Hold on a second. It's not extremes. It's how normal people talk when you're not a
I know.
robot.
I'm joking.
Normal people talk
Oh, you made him
using
mad now.
no, but normal people use adjectives. Normal
Yeah.
people use turn a phrase. Excuse me.
yeah.
Next time I'll say I have 51% positive things to say
Yeah, of
about
course,
Tom
yeah.
Rhodes.
No, it's not entertaining. I am just messing with
Oh,
you.
what is that?
What were we going to talk
Oh,
about?
Tom
That's my
Rhodes.
watch. Oh my God, he's
It's
listening.
Altercation Comedy Fest.
Yeah, it looks
That's
good.
happening at the end of October.
We had an altercation.
Yeah, that's a perfect fit.
Yeah, right?
Awesome. What were we going to talk about? We were
Spirit Halloween.
Yes, my Christmas tree is already up.
Oh.
And it's got some Thanksgiving bric-a-brac around it, and
Oh,
some.
Thanksgiving, okay.
It's a little bit of Christmas, a little bit of Thanksgiving,
fall.
a little fall, Halloween
Okay.
in there, Halloween decorations inside. But then I decided I wanted to, kind of do what the Vans do and decorate outside.
Ah.
And as we're nearing to October, I hit up 6 different Spirit Halloween
That is
stores.
insane.
Well, I was looking for one particular animatronic scarecrow that I convinced my wife to let me buy, but it was not my first choice.
So is it the type that you step, because I've been taking my sons to Spirit since they're old enough to walk or whatever, like before.
That's a good dad.
And we go in there, and then they've always been afraid. Like now they're old enough, they'll step on the sensors that
Yeah.
cause the insane clown to jump out at you or whatever. You know, they all have sensor pads that you step on, and they activate some sort of motion sensor. Anyway, so
Well, the
one
pad's
of those.
the pad's the trigger.
Yeah.
You
But
can
it's
run
one-
it off a trigger, but this one, you could run it off a trigger if you wanted to, but this one's motion activated.
So if you just walk, yeah,
Get
that's
close to it, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's an even advanced one, right?
I don't know. Like, I think you have to buy the trigger. I think the trigger is actually like more advanced. If you actually have like a welcome mat or something that people are standing on, and then it starts up. But it's not 100%. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It catches most people when they come by.
So what does it do?
It's a scarecrow, and he's on like the scarecrow post, almost like a crucifix kind of a deal. And he starts giggling and then high pitched laughing, and his eyes light up, and his eyes like there's like bloodshot crazy eyes.
Yeah.
And then he starts shaking and diabolically laughing like a lunatic.
You know,
It's not what I wanted though. It was my wife's choice.
the
one I wanted. Do you want me to describe it?
yeah.
Okay, the one that I wanted, and she wouldn't let me get it. It's called the Soul Reaper. The one that I wanted was a 9-foot tall Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
He's huge, and he's holding a small young girl with blonde hair.
Okay.
In front of
like
him.
your daughter.
Like my daughter, and he's holding a young doll, like a young child in front of him.
Okay.
And when you activate him, his mouth's open and her mouth is open. She's terrified, and he's holding her. And so when you activate him, he says, I'll put the echo on. Hold on, I'll do it like he does it.
Okay.
He's like,
bow before me like those that have bowed before them. I will now devour your soul.
Wow.
and so he's doing. Oh, hold on. So he's doing this whole "I will now devour your soul" thing. It's got a fog juicer in the baby doll, so the baby doll starts barfing fog out.
That's cool.
There's a fan inside the Grim Reaper's mouth. It starts sucking the smoke out of the baby's mouth. It looks like it's sucking the soul out of the child.
Oh, that's cool.
And then when it's done, the baby doll, or the kid, collapses dead.
Wow.
It's so dope. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. $220, and I told my wife, let me get it.
So it sucks the soul
out of the child, and then the child goes limp.
How old is what is that? 3?
Yeah, like a 3-year-old.
Yeah,
Like
2?
a 2 or 3. Yeah,
Okay,
like
a
a baby,
toddler.
and she's in a sleeping gown. Like
Okay,
you
yeah.
stripped
Of
her out of her
course.
bed.
Peter
and
Pan.
Yeah, you,
Okay.
you took Wendy from Peter Pan. You sucked the soul right out of her.
That's cool.
It is the coolest animatronic. It's Chinese junk. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's the coolest $200 Chinese junk animatronic Halloween stand-up I've ever seen, and my wife would not let me buy it. I had to buy the diabolical scarecrow instead of the Soul Reaper. And it's not as cool.
Because most of the actions are either just jumping out or standing up
Somebody
or just
buy it.
shaking.
Somebody buy it in our...
They're actually
Is it
doing
Little
something.
Daisy and the Maestro? Is that it?
That's their morning show.
Welcome back to Little Daisy and the Maestro. I'm Little Daisy.
I'm Maestro.
Well, at least Chris Kemmeyer thought you were the Maestro.
He's waving a tale of lies, and Daniel's just a pawn in his vicious game.
I wonder if he'll do an interview with
No.
us. Probably
Interesting one.
He's
not
retired.
when I take shots. Is he's just
I'll
driving around in
never
his
hear it.
Corvette all the time. But the it's called Soul Reaper. Spirit Halloween Soul
I'm
Reaper.
not finding it.
Let me see if I can find it to show everybody. Are you doing anything this year while I'm looking for this? Are you
Well,
doing
we've got
anything?
You got the Van Haunted House going on over there?
Well, that was too much work. And
Can I borrow your fog machine?
Oh, I did find
I got to
it.
bring that back.
No.
to
Let
tactical.
me borrow it,
Oh,
and I'll
yeah, you can
return
borrow
it.
it.
But let me use it for this Halloween, and
Okay.
then I'll run it back to Tactical Head.
It's a bit low. It's so
I'll
far.
ship it.
I thought about that.
I
It's
go
heavy.
hiking out there all the time. I'll take it to him.
All right. Although it seems like that's
Oh, I found it, I think.
an insult if I give it to you to bring back. Like
Why?
I wasn't respectful enough to bring it back myself.
It's Harvester of Souls. I found it.
Harvester of Souls.
Wow, this is creepy.
Dude, it's the best.
Let me see this. Let
It's
me
the
see.
best, Sam. Hold on. I gotta let this ad play. Sam, it's the best
Now,
animatronic that you can buy, that
I
money can buy.
agree with your wife. It is
No.
aggressive.
Yeah, so Halloween's supposed to be scary. If you dress up like anything sexy or anything cutesy, you're missing the point.
Because seemingly the demon is
Okay, hold on.
killing a baby, right?
Well, it's all whatever you want it to be.
Well, he's sucking the soul out of the baby. I don't think it's fine after, right?
Well, it's
It
not
doesn't
real
like-
is the point.
No, I
mean-
know. Well, but the simulation.
Okay, here, you
is-
ready?
Yeah,
Here,
yeah. All right.
This is Harvester of Souls. That's a better name.
Okay. Does he have a pumpkin head?
No.
It's like a skull head, kind of.
Okay, hold on. Here's a. This is a.
Alright.
Oh God!
I like this.
This guy's sponsored. Okay, here it is.
Okay. It's a demon with his mouth open.
Okay, here he goes.
Look at me, just as all the others have.
See?
Now that I have you, your soul will be mine forever.
He's sucking the soul.
Yeah!
Oh, it lights up too.
Yeah.
Suck that soul,
There
baby.
goes your soul.
Yeah! Tell me that's not awesome.
That my sons would not go to bed at night if this all happened.
It was Maisie's favorite.
Yeah.
she
Well,
liked
she's
it?
tougher.
She loved
yeah.
it. She loved it.
If I'm not joking, if I showed Tommy or Max, well, Tommy he would just stare at it, but
Nobody
that would
else
scare
thinks
the
that's
hell out of
cool.
Max.
Nobody else thought that was cool.
It is cool.
Okay, thank you. I'm saying for $200. I don't know if you can find something cooler than that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still want one. I told Andrew, I go, it's just cool. I don't know why, but it's so simple that they thought to put the fan in the Reaper's mouth.
Yeah.
It's such a simple thing to do that makes it look like they're sucking the soul out of the kid. It's so cool, man.
This is gonna make us sound like old men, but if you look at the evolution of like Halloween entertainment stuff for your house or whatever decorations, like the only thing in the 80s was a bat that had a shaker in it. That you'd hang. I like how we went from that to...
That was the noise it made.
Sucking baby souls
The
out.
noise it would make, and it would do this same pattern.
Years, right?
If you had
More
one
than
of
I guess
these, you
more.
know that I'm getting the
30 years.
pattern and the length correct. This is exactly how it went.
Stop on a beat that I wouldn't.
It always
it's like
did that. And
TikTok
I'm like,
video.
this thing sucks. And now we get the soul or Harvester Souls or Soul Reaper. And my wife's like, I'm just worried that some of the kids, the neighborhood kids, and Maisie with the school and walking to school. And I'm like, well, we're not going to run the fog all the time.
Right.
I just want to.
But that's the point.
I got outvoted.
Isn't that the point? Like, I think we lost a little track of like, we're getting into trick-or-treating season, and then I'm going to do it with my boys. And it seems like the past couple years, like people, there's still some people that hold out and actually do scary stuff and more aggressive stuff.
Have you seen the clowns up here? There's a guy up here that has 9 animatronic clowns.
I haven't seen
They're
it.
all different clowns. They're the killer clowns from outer space clowns.
Yeah.
And he has like what appears to be thousands of dollars of animatronic clowns that will El Kabong you with wooden hammers right down the street.
And there used to be a rite of passage with like when you were a kid and someone had a scary house, well, not like an inviting, like
Right.
goofy, whatever. If you didn't go up there, you didn't get candy. So it's either you push past your fear and then get the candy. So it was a learning.
Halloween is supposed to be spooky and scary.
Yeah, but we got away with that.
We've babied it too much now.
With everything. It's like, because I think
superheroes were the problem here.
Those people were shamed.
Yeah. You're right, because now those are the most popular costumes.
Superheroes were the gateway drug to let every little girl and every little boy dumb down their costume to be the world's worst costume, and I'm throwing it out there, and sorry if it's offensive to you, Tom.
Not what?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is the dumbest Halloween costume.
My sons had never been Spider-Man for Halloween, I think.
Good.
That they got Spider-Man costumes.
Spider-Man was the gateway drug to let everybody know that you don't have to be spooky anymore. I still think that every Halloween costume should be spooky. My daughter does not. You know what she's going for this year?
Princess.
No, it's even worse. Dancer.
She is a dancer.
I like
know.
that. It's logical. I already have the
I knew
socks.
you'd love that. I knew you would love exactly
that.
what she said. She's like, I'm just going to wear my costume from competition. She's logical. She's like, I don't want to spend money. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
I wish me and Maisie
That's your
could-
one chance.
You and Maisie could have
do
a
something
really
different.
good, boring podcast.
Well, yeah, no, we just sit silently in a room, and then we'd love it. Like, I'd be like, "What are you thinking about?"
It's just, I don't know. I always thought that when I was a little kid, I kind of grew up thinking that Halloween, like Sam said, was supposed to be spooky.
Yeah.
So all of my costumes, when I first started out, there was a pivot point. I'm joking about the Spider-Man thing, but there was a pivot point where it did change from, we can open this up to just things you admire or things you love, right?
Anything.
Because mine were Ghost, and then I think I did Ghost, and then I did Dracula. Like every year it was
Right.
Dracula because I do the makeup, I do the widow's peak, I dye my hair black. It was awesome.
Well,
you
at
know?
least it's supernatural, and I hate the ones where you're just a construction worker, whatever. It's like,
Bob the
or
Builder.
you're a police officer, like things
Like
are,
a job, an occupation.
Yeah, but well, what's special about that?
But little kids always do that.
You could be, I mean, no, you hate superheroes, but you could be a superhero, you could be a ghoul, you could be any like
Agreed,
supernatural thing.
Where do you stand
and
on
you
masks?
You pick doctor.
I'm surprised you're down for this because you hate fun.
No, he wants his boys to
Yeah,
experience
I
the
don't
fun.
do. Yeah,
He
I
ain't
want
gonna
my
dress
sons
up.
to have fun, but they don't like fun either because they're my boys. But actually, Tommy.
So what are they going to be this year?
What are they going to be?
Tommy
Hope
picked-
they're way better than Maisie's dancer.
Tommy picked Pennywise the clown. And
Perfect.
Interesting.
He nailed it. Great job.
by the way,
You get an A+, Tommy.
Which the entire trip that we just went on, Tommy was screaming, "Yeah, boy!" He was screaming the Flavor Flav, "Yeah, boy!"
Why?
because he got it from the YouTube videos.
I love this kid so much.
But he got it from the YouTube videos he watches, which they put sound effects from the 90s.
So he's being weird on the trip. I love that you're taking a little bit of Daniel with you where you go.
Well,
you deserve every second of that.
He hears the yeah boy. By the way, they just took it exactly from Flavor Flav, and they just played as a sound effect in these weird those video games where it's just they put together nonsense.
Well, now you got to show him it. If he's going to be Pennywise, you got to show him what Pennywise is.
You can't watch that.
Well, then you can't be it.
That's scary for me. I don't even like those movies.
Maybe okay, but then you bring up a good point because now he's Pennywise the clown.
Does he know what Pennywise looks like?
Yeah, but from those video game things.
So, but it's
like animated or something, right?
But
it's like Minecraft blocks.
Yeah.
Pennywise.
Is it Tim Curry Minecraft blocks Pennywise,
or
is it the new one that looks like a red-haired baby?
I have no. It's whatever.
The new
is
one's
on YouTube.
terrifying to me. The red-haired baby
scary.
one. The new one, like it's Tim Curry, right? That was the original Pennywise. That Pennywise is just like, to me, like nostalgia Pennywise. This new one with the buck teeth looking thing, that thing's terrifying. That kid, it's a real man. Have you seen the real man that plays Pennywise? It's terrifying.
Well, like in real life, he's a ghoul.
He looks sort of like, it's like he looks a little bit like if you saw him at Bagel King, you'd be like, oh my God, I think this guy's related to Pennywise.
Because,
you'd be like, this is like Pennywise brother.
It didn't take
Jimmy Wise.
It didn't take much makeup to make him scary looking.
I don't think so. No, I mean they obviously they did some magic there, but yeah, the guy looks, it's weird.
So I mean, at least that there's going to be a scary costume. I don't even know. I guess they have.
What about Max?
He didn't, my boys are like.
He'll be the balloon.
I'm like, what are you? He's like, I don't know.
Funny, dude.
He'll just think of something. Like, he'll look around there. Like, I'll ask him when we're going. We're like, all right,
super not creative.
We're going to Spirit. Tommy's gonna be Pennywise. What do you want to be? He'll look around, and be like, coffee mug. He'll just name something in the room. I know.
That. Sexy coffee mug.
Or it'll be a ninja again. I'm like, you're a ninja last year.
I do like lazy costume though.
Yeah, I know.
See,
it doesn't make a difference. It's stupid.
Well, Maisie's, again, though, the reason I crap on it, it's not lazy. She's already predetermined that she wants to be herself.
It's practical.
Yeah, she can be herself, which, no, if she waited to the last minute and then said, I'll be a coffee mug, I'd be proud of that.
Dude, when I was in elementary school, I was in
Would you go as Tom Van?
Pee Wee Football League, like the park football, Pee Wee football, 50-pounder. So I must have been around Tommy's age.
Pop Warner, yeah.
Yeah, like because I remember it being like if you weighed over 50, you had to go to the next one. So it must have been 50 or under. So, but I was a football player for one Halloween because I already had all the pads and helmets.
That's amazing.
But you got to spook it up a little bit and be zombie football player.
No, I did
knows.
regular football player from Pop Warner. It wasn't even like I was on the Dolphins. I was like, I'm a Pop Warner football player. I pulled the Maisie.
Or the Tom. She's pulling the Tom. I'm going to tell her that. I'm going to be like, you're just like Mr. Tom. He's boring costume.
He's lack of joy in his life.
Like she won't even let me put like you said, like Sam said, put some makeup on her, make her zombie dancer.
Right.
No.
Or make her dirty dancer would be funny. It's almost like a dad joke.
Whoa, hold on.
She's a dirty dancer.
Shirt.
Yeah. Lambada.
I had to explain to my sons what a Hooters was.
What did you say?
I said it was an owl. No, because we saw the Hooters restaurant, and then I pointed to my wife. I was like, Hooters.
Did Tommy go, yeah, boy? If he had, that's my favorite boy there.
But Tommy did it. He's like, why did they call it Hooters? And then I was
he
like,
asked a good question.
Yeah, and I was like, there's an owl and a hoot. It's like I told him that, but they'll know eventually, right? I mean,
oh yeah, they already know. Tommy's a Lizzo fan. He knows.
By the way, I cannot believe they're still Hooters. It's the best. Like in this environment,
I
it's
love
still
it.
called Hooters.
It is awesome. It is
awesome. I know.
Dude, it's awesome.
I love it. I'm just saying I can't believe it
Here's
exists.
a surprising fun fact. There's only one
Hooters.
person. There's only one person that emailed me and said that she loved Hooters as much as I do.
Yeah, I am.
Tiffany Martin.
I know.
Our good friend
She's
Tiffany.
a work at Hooters.
She's like, I love Hooters. I'm glad you go. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, she's a different generation. You can't tell a 20-year-old you love Hooters.
Uh-oh.
Bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
Yeah, buddy. You can leave us voicemail messages. In fact, a lot of them came through while we were on vacation. 1-844-TOMNDAN. That's 1-844-TOM-N-DAN. You can leave a message there, or you can get our app. It's completely free. Wherever you get your apps for you download your apps for your smartphone. There's a thing called Mediocre App. Everything's on there. You can sign up to be a BDM member. That gets you more shows and private parties. This is a guy we haven't heard from in a minute.
Ben Bungie.
No, I'm afraid Ben's gone.
no.
This is Zach from Ohio.
Hey gang, it's Zach from Ohio. I don't know if you guys have any fond memories of summer when you were a child. You had the sprinkler out in the front yard, spraying water around everywhere. You and your friends are all running around, jumping through the water. Well, my neighbors, their father accidentally hooked up the hot water to the sprinkler for one of their faucets. So when it would get to be, like October or whatever, sometimes we would go out and run around with the hot water. And it was funny because when you would get close to it and it would get on you, you'd be like, yeah, it would kind of hurts you. But then you'd be like, oh, it's cold out here. It feels good. Also, another friend of mine.
Do you guys
How
remember?
does that happen?
Do you guys remember My dad would set up a sprinkler. He'd have the one that have a metal spike, and he'd screw the end on the one that went.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
mobile sprinkler.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put a hose to that.
Yeah, and he'd stick it in the ground, and then when you got really close to it, when that thing shot out, it would burn your calves. I mean, it would scald them almost like they were being whipped.
How does that? I'm confused as how hot water gets hooked up to a sprinkler.
Well, you can screw it on to
You just put it on anything.
like a laundry sink or anything
Like a
with a
garage
cold and
laundry hose.
We just did the regular hose. It's just one temperature, room
yeah.
temp.
Yeah.
I think most people have that.
It
but
must be an up north thing, like
heat your pipes.
I don't think Zach talking about something in Florida or up
No,
north.
Probably
I-
Ohio.
yeah,
He's from
because he was
Ohio.
saying that
Yeah.
they would go hot water in October.
Yeah.
He continues.
So it makes sense that you have some sort of way to spray hot water because the thing's ice over or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just hook it up to that thing.
Makes sense to me.
Had his father just recently hooked up a toilet to hot water, and his father tried to play it off like he did it on purpose, like, it feels good under your ass to have some hot water. But his son, who's my age, just said, Dad, go fuck yourself, you totally did that on accident.
So, a couple things.
Hot water toilet makes sense to me.
Like the
no,
water would cool pretty fast. Like it'd only come out.
No, we've had this conversation on AMT before that farts smell worse in hot showers. So
And
wouldn't
hot
that,
water.
So wouldn't that be worse to have hot water?
Well,
in
I'm
the
trying to
toilet?
think of bacterioso too. Like the heat would breed
boil
more.
the bacteria.
Well, I was thinking if you could get that stuff coming out boiling hot, I'm trying to think of a sanitary way.
It might help to keep the bowl cleaner.
Yeah, it might help to keep some of the particulates that have a tendency to stick.
Well-
that hot water might get in there and kind of blast them off a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd fill the tank up hot, but then if it sat there for
Right.
any
No,
length
I
of time,
want
it'd
an
cool.
instant.
you
I
know.
want an instant, like one of those instant hot water heaters.
You'd have to heat the toilet itself.
No.
to
I
keep-
want it. I want it in a hot water heater.
Ah.
I flush. Comes from the hot water heater. No tank. Tankless
Oh,
toilet.
okay. Yeah.
I don't need a tank.
Oh, it's like a tankless water heater, like it instantly heats with
Yeah,
gas.
that's what I want.
Okay, all right.
Right to the toilet. Hot water going around in there. The only problem would be is if you get your hand in there or your head in there. Oh man, flush your toilet in a boiling hot toilet, or flush your head in a boiling hot toilet.
You know
That's a good way to hurt somebody, right?
Oh yeah.
Turn the water off, flush the toilet. Toilet goes empty. Boil a gallon of water, pour it into toilet, put person's head in toilet,
Ooh,
flush it.
swirly.
You
I'm
know,
gonna put that down for an idea for torture in a movie. Write that down.
like our generation will constantly complain about
What's your generation?
our kids.
Those are the dolls they sell at Target.
Well, I'm just saying, like when I was a kid, I used to go out and play in the front yard and
Me
play in
too.
the sprinklers and stuff. Yes, we all did that. There was no internet. There was no good video games. I mean, we had the standard. We had, Nintendo, Atari, whatever, but they weren't that good. So they didn't hold your attention for that long. Now you have infinite entertainment. So it makes sense kids aren't doing that anymore. We were forced outside by the fact there was nothing better else to do.
Yeah.
And I think if we had the same phones and internet and everything,
We'd be outside.
well, no, we wouldn't be. We'd be inside doing the same thing.
Oh, I thought
kids-
you meant if we had the same ones today as we had then, we'd still be going outside to play. I
No.
was just going the reverse option. I'm saying
Yeah.
if we right now, instead of having technology, had worse technology,
Yeah.
we'd all still be outside.
Our kids would be out playing in the front yard or whatever, right? I mean, it makes sense to me.
I would
it's not
agree
like
with
we
that.
were different humans or more motivated by like the fact of like true pure fun.
Well, here's how
or
I
at least
know.
that's how we saw it. My kids see true pure fun as watching YouTube.
Yeah, here's my test. My daughter is addicted to her iPad. You want to know why? Because I'm addicted to my phone.
Yeah.
There's your test subject, right? It's not like it's any different for her than it is for me, right? In fact, I would argue that she uses her iPad less than I use my phone. Yeah. I'm more addicted to social media than she's addicted to YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I got a lot more work to do than she does. So.
Any stimulant that you get, you want to go back to, right? So it's like,
damn right.
So I mean, even when we were kids, like we used to enjoy playing outside, riding our bike, but that was our stimulant. So that's what we wanted to do, right? So if we had phones or iPads or unlimited, Netflix to watch, we would be doing that because that would be our stimulant. And so it's
I agree with that.
I don't know, but I do think inherently going outside and doing those physical things is better for you mentally, physically, so many other,
everything.
Almost everything. Yeah. So it is worse now. So that, I mean, it can't be better, right? This way.
No.
It was better playing outside. So that argument's valid.
You could argue that maybe you get some critical thinking and hand-eye. You know, I mean,
physical movement, learn like being around other people. I remember like all the neighborhood kids would come to my front yard.
That was important. You had to work out problems. You had to deal with disagreements. You had to deal with bullies. You had to deal with people that were upset. You had to deal with, Jonathan's mom and dad are getting a divorce, and you'd talk about it at the trampoline.
You got to deal with the kid that brought his mom cigarettes and wanted to smoke. You know, you're like, oh, this is, like all the stuff, like,
and then you all
adversity.
And then you all pee in the band instrument room. You all go to the back of the band instrument room, and you pee in the bass drums.
Yeah. Then you go on a journey to see a dead body by the river.
You do.
Stand by me.
And then you peek in Jeremy's mom's bathroom to see her big ones.
You know what? Now that I think about it,
I feel better getting that off my chest.
My buddy had an older sister.
Yes.
And we looked through the window of her changing.
Oh my God, Aaron Andrews.
Makes me
Aaron Andrews, you're a terrible person. You know what? You're Jared from Subway. Same person. No, I can't work with you anymore. Sam?
I was 12 years
Sam,
old.
We're out of here.
Peeping Tom.
Even worse.
I was 12 years old.
My God, you're a pedophile.
Peeping Tom.
A reverse pedophile.
I think she was like, I'm going to say 18, but probably doesn't work out like
I don't think it matters. You're 12.
I know.
It doesn't matter that way.
But if I say that she was under 18, it sounds way worse.
She was 12, and I was 12.
This is like right before I left the radio.
Oh, my God.
No, but like that was something you did, right?
I tried, never had an encounter.
She caught Baloney Andy, and she was mad, and then he wasn't allowed, and we blamed it all on him. We're like, it was his idea.
Did she call him that or just Andy? Because I feel weird. Get out of here, Baloney Andy. Like, that's weird.
Right.
She called him the R word. Different, 97.
Yeah, he's a little different. He's a different guy.
All right, let's do another voicemail.
Okay. Wow, that was wow.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ben with a Y. Hey, I just wanted to make a comment about what Tom said about his kids not talking and how he drives to school in dead silence. So my son is in high school, and it's the same thing. He doesn't say a word, but I was he's a wrestler, and he was wrestling over the summer, so they don't have the bus system. So I was taking him and 3 other wrestlers to a wrestling meet up from Polk County up into Orlando, and the whole ride there and the whole ride back, nobody said a word to anyone. It was so weird, and like they were all just on their phones. They had their headphones in. And I could, rewind back to, I grew up in the 90s or whatever, but when we were in the car, we were talking with each other. We were talking about sports or the sport that we're going to play or the coach or girls or whatever it may be. But these kids nowadays, they don't talk at all. They just sit there and they stare at their phones with their headphones in, and they don't say a word. So, Tom, I feel your pain. Love you guys. Bye.
Are they texting to each other in the car?
No, and it's also like, it's that thing of back in my day, but I don't know that that's true because I'd bring my Discman and just listen to my music and stare out the door or stare out the window or read a book or something. I'm not talking, especially like if they're on a sports team together, they spend a lot of time together anyway.
I was gonna agree with Sam and say that the only thing I can equate this to are church trips I went on to do like mission stuff, and I was a kid, but I would have my Discman, and I remember listening to Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
And you're in high school, you're not trying to talk to your dad. You know what I mean?
And also, if you...
Hey, you got a cool dad. I want to hang out with him.
Right.
Nobody says that.
And we didn't have that option. Like, going back to what we talked about, this is a perfect tie-in, too. Back in the day, you had to talk to your dumbass friends about sports or whatever. There's nothing else to do. If we had phones back then, guess who knows more about sports? everybody on my phone than my dumbass friend. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
like,
you could
I
actually
would-
watch sports
yeah.
live on your
And
phone.
you could talk to lots of people.
Didn't you
girls.
have a van with DVD player in it or something?
Yeah, conversion van.
So you were talking to nobody. You were just watching TV.
Wait, no DVD
They
player.
broke
It was a
it.
cassette player.
Yeah, they broke it.
And it
Oh,
broke quick.
VHS.
But also, it was like my mom's. Yeah. Like and most of the time it was Barney or some other. Because
While you were in high school?
No,
Barney?
my brother was 2.
He's a baby.
Or like 5, and I was 15. It was a 10-year difference. So he got the TV to watch his kid shows.
Gotcha.
But again, if we were all in high school driving around, like, yes, everybody's going to be looking at the phone because it's more entertaining than the people around them. But inherently, there is probably something negative about that than having human-to-human interaction. I mean, we were talking to Jeff Howell yesterday. I was like, it's a way different vibe when you're here in front of us
It is.
rather than on. Like, I had way more fun with him here.
Yeah.
Than we'd had, even though it was fine, but it's like that when he's on Zoom or whatever, hard to have
It
any
is.
sort of connection.
Yeah, it's difficult. The energy levels are different. The eye contact's different. It's just weird.
But will you just get used to that no connection, and then that'll be the new connection,
That's what I think is happening. Yeah.
right? Because
Like we're bitching about it because
We're old.
this is not
Yeah.
the
It was an hour away.
Yeah, this isn't the norm anymore, right? Like what it is to us.
and we didn't learn it.
Oh,
it's happening.
that's a bad one. That's a
Oh,
really
that's
bad
bad.
one.
yeah.
Can you
too much
taste?
talking?
I can't taste.
Oh yeah,
And my
just came
tongue's
from-
all swollen for some reason.
yeah.
I think I bit it.
We're
I've
in the-
also been cheating on my wife a lot with
Yeah, yeah.
prostitutes. Well, you went away on vacation,
yeah.
and I just went cheat crazy-mo.
I saw there
Oh
was
my
the
God.
American Express.
I
bills.
69 behind a
They
dumpster.
take American Express now?
I 69 behind the grilled seafood dumpster.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. And that guy told him that God told him not to get the vaccine.
That's true.
I read that. I read that. Let's try this one. I think this one's gonna make you laugh. This is
Okay.
my voicemail of the week.
Hey guys, this is Ben with a Y. I can remember listening to one of the older shows where Tom was talking about, not knowing what his kids were watching on their iPads. And I can remember a
peeing?
time back in it was probably 1996-ish when we got our first.
Is he straight peeing while he's leaving a message?
He has a long real man pee.
I didn't hear that the first time. Listen, I gotta cut
I mean,
these.
maybe
early.
he's rinsing his
No,
produce.
let's
I
say
don't
he's
know.
not. Let's say he's not. He's rinsing produce.
Family computer. And my dad was so proud of this. My dad was a complete asshole, but for some reason he was so proud of this computer and the fact that his kid would have all this technology at his fingertips. And he sat it down. It was dial-up internet, and he dialed up and he's like, look, you can research anything. And he typed in www.whitehouse.com because he wanted to show me and teach me about the White House. And as soon as he hit enter and it loaded in, it was a damn porno page. And of course he's scrambling to close it down and everything. And then he turns off the computer. He goes, I don't think you need to log into this anymore. And he storms off to his room. And that. Hey guys, forget it to
people got
this day. How you have to watch what your kids are watching. If not, you're gonna end up on whitehouse.com looking at porn. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Mm. He is still going.
No, I think that's like
What is
I think
that?
it's fish tank.
They're getting to a point now where I am worried that they're going to just start typing in because they don't really have any concept of the internet, but like for instance, recently they played this game called Luigi's Mansion, right?
Yeah.
I
Familiar.
played that. I used to play that all the time. A good old game of Luigi's Mansion. Let me just tell you.
Is that it sounds like the butt.
It does. It does.
Sounds like with the butt.
I have been trying to get in Luigi's Mansion for years.
So,
Normally, I
but
just
it was
have
too
to go to Mario's Party Pad.
like they lost interest like quickly because like it's hard. It's like a puzzle each like level or whatever. You got to figure out something. They're lazy.
They want the easy one.
Yeah. So I was like, I can look this up on Google and it'll tell me step by step, and I'll just talk it out to you, and you do the steps or whatever. It's like the cheat code.
Well, it's a guide. It's not cheating. You still have to do the work.
Right.
Yeah, but
I don't think that's cheating. If somebody says, okay, you got to jump and land on this brick.
Yeah, put
to
the
jump
weight.
here.
Yeah,
you still got to do it.
It's kind of like where we used to have Game Genie or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Game Genie was like more cheating the code. This, you still, like, again, you still got to put the work in. This is just like, I bit my tongue. I can't talk. Not talking like that.
That's fine.
I hate it.
So anyway, that was the first time it started clicking in their head. They're like, well, it'll say how to beat each level. I'm like, yeah, the internet says anything. Like, you could look up any question.
And then Tommy goes, yeah, boy.
I did get
What is Hooters?
Yeah, when I said the internet has everything or it says anything, I did start to worry, like, I shouldn't have said that.
No.
because
Why'd
now-
you say that?
I don't know why, because I was trying to explain to them that I looked up Luigi's Mansion cheats or overview or like step by
It's
step.
like when Andrea started trying to explain reincarnation to Maisie. This is true story. And I go, I text her because because I'm not going to yell at her in front of Maisie. Just trying to be respectful.
What did she ask about it or?
I don't believe so. Andrea has a tendency to do what you do. I don't know if it's a logical person trait, but
you're just telling-
over-explain
Okay.
and tell people things that they don't need to know. And Andrea starts rolling out how different people have different religions and they believe in different levels of reincarnation. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are we even?
But you told her about the true one, the one that's real.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Just making sure.
And then I also told her to yuck on anybody else's religion.
Yeah,
Hardcore.
yeah.
Fight for it.
Yeah.
War about it.
They'll go to hell if they believe that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
that's what I
saving
told her.
them.
That's what I told her.
So you have to be ultra
I
aggressive.
said, you want to burn in the lava?
Yeah. It's your business because
Yeah.
you're saving them, and if you're not a good religion or whatever it is, then you're not saving the people that are going to go to hell.
That's what I said. Old age chirpers, are they real?
Hey, Tom and Dan, Sam and Trav, Ellis Demon Jesse here. I wasn't born a chirper, and I think I'm a pretty introverted person. I live alone and so forth. I'm not very social, but maybe I think that's driving me to be a chirper in my old age. I find myself making small talk with the lady at Walmart or the person in the deli, and that's crap I never did before. So I think I'm growing into a chirper.
So
You guys have a good day.
I understand this. There's a phenomenon called a bored chirper or a lonely chirper.
Lonely, yeah.
And you can evolve into being a chirper just from being too lonely, which is it's the saddest part of chirper.
And I also wonder
that
if
me?
the pandemic
No.
also added to that, right? Because everybody was separated
Oh,
for
yeah.
so long and staying
well,
in
wait
their
a
houses
minute.
and not doing anything. So now that he's out, he's like going to the bakery at Walmart. He's
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
gotta talk to somebody. I haven't talked to anybody in a year.
Well, then they weren't born a chirper.
No, yeah,
right, yeah. They were
Then
born a
they're
chirper.
assuming the role of a chirper
Stolen
later stolen
valor.
valor.
Yeah.
100%. I'm the real
Yeah.
deal.
Appropriation. You're
Yeah.
appropriating the chirper.
It's chirping
Chirper.
appropriation.
yeah. 'Cause- and it's the saddest kind of chirper because Daniel's a true chirper. He was
And
born
he
this
loves
way.
it.
I'm
He-
authentic. I'm like a Native American.
He talks for 5 hours a day, chirping crazy, and then we'll leave and walk to public
chirping
and then
that-
chirp
yeah,
there.
I'm
Chirp on
there.
his free
So
time.
he was born. He's
It's
Lady
natural.
Gaga born
I'm a
chirper.
natural born chirper.
he's a natural burned.
Better than Pest.
Anyway, so you, sir, are just stealing Daniel's chirpiness, which because then if you're not born a chirper, then you're not doing it right. For sure, you're starting up weird, awkward conversations. Because Daniel, the stuff he
Yeah.
does is that they
works.
like
It
like,
works,
I
yeah.
will give it to Daniel. Like the other people are glad to talk to him because he's been doing it for so long. He does it well,
Well,
right?
I remember things too that are engaging. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
say it's Derek, the cool black guy. I'll be like, "Hey, Derek. Hey, your mama feeling better, man?" And he'll be like, "Hey, yeah, she is." I'll be like, "Hey, I'm glad. Tell her I said hey."
Yeah.
Stuff like that where they know that I care.
Yeah.
But I don't really care.
When the old man at Walmart checking your receipt starts asking you about your shoes, like where he's never seen those before,
Those are some pretty nice looking kicks you got there.
because you're wearing Nike Shocks and he doesn't understand it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
I'm like,
there's a
oh
pogo
God,
stick. It's like a pogo stick.
don't talk to me, old man. Anyway, that's
The funniest thing here is that you were wearing Nike Shocks. Let's try this one.
Hey guys, I'm about a month behind on the shows, and I'm listening to the BDM show. You're talking about expensive medical bills. Jim from Lakeland started it off. my sister, her dog, lived to be pretty old, and then he started getting lumps and whatnot. Ended up needing some very expensive stem cell therapy, and they went for it. They got the money to blow on it, I guess, and the dog still died.
Oh.
Rest in peace.
Oh, they got you.
Oh
good.
man, the old stem cell dog
Yeah.
died.
yeah. I mean, how expensive do you think that is? It's usually around. It's never more than $5. It's between
10,
3
20?
and 4. Like,
Oh, really?
$3,400 seems to be like an amount that people will spend to
For
keep
the
their
dog.
alive.
Yeah, because if it's 1,000, I'll
cheap.
do it, but I hate it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I feel like I got to throw it on a credit card, right?
Yes.
$1,000 sounds like throw it on a credit
but
card.
you can
I'd
get
be
more.
pissed,
The
but
whole-
I'd throw it on a credit card.
The whole business, if you're in the stem cells for dogs, you're in the laser treatment, all these cockamamie things people do for the dog. I did it with Lena, and I think that was around $2,500.
But it worked with
no,
her.
no, it
She's
didn't.
still
Didn't do
alive.
nothing.
In
Nothing
our
works. It may do some sort of cockamamie a little bit, but
The thing that I heard
It's-
it does is it makes dogs get used to wearing goggles.
yeah. What it does is you spend a lot of money,
Yeah.
right, and then the dog still dies. And
I always wondered
you probably
while-
kept the dog alive too long because it's miserable.
I always wondered why you put the the protective goggles on Lena when she had cataracts.
I know. Listen, when they put because it's all part
Of the-
Well, they assume they're like, well, you're paying $3,400 and you're here every other week, so we assume that you want the doggles. I think that's what they call them.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Doggles on.
Actually, that's a brand, and now we're being
If
sued.
they would have asked me, I'd be like, "Don't put them on Lena. Don't put them on me. In fact, don't even. Let me just sit in the lobby,
Yeah.
and then I'll go home.
I'll read a
because
magazine. I'll go home.
This is just to tell my wife I
Came here.
I came here, and
Yeah.
What
would they do? Have we ever what are they doing? Were they like brushing the dog?
I'll tell you. I go in the room.
Walk down the laser treatment.
There's a tech there. The vet doesn't even he may pop in the room.
I
and
don't
say-
believe in this stuff.
Well, he's like a dentist when you're
I'm
doing
a real
cleaning.
doctor.
He'll come in and poke your gums and be like 552, whatever.
yeah.
Like so, he'll come in and look at the laser, look at Lena, and be like, all right, touch her hips or whatever. I'm sitting there, and they're like, all right, goggle time. Everybody puts on goggles. The nurse tech puts on goggles. There's a machine. She turns it on. It sounds like it's firing up.
It's the quintessential Batman villain, shrink ray. So,
Yeah.
It sounds like when my sons rev the engine on their Power Wheels 4-wheeler.
It's like a tanning bed.
It's just a sound effect. And then Lena sits there, and then the tech proceeds. She's like, "Where's the back hips? They have
got to
a
be
chart."
very careful there. If I shoot this laser anywhere near her paws, could blow her feet right off.
And then they put it
Only a
on.
professional can do
They
this.
put on her hips as Lena, terrified, by the way, because she's got goggles on. This is loud noise. She's nervous at the vet anyway, so she's terrified, panting, whatever.
Ooh, we should do a TikTok channel of just dogs and MRI machines.
Oh,
It'd be
man.
hilarious.
They put the laser on. They're like, da, 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 make some sound.
Oh, I like the MRI noise.
Yeah. That's how I know it's working, right? Because the person that's paying needs to hear something.
Do they do anything like, I've never seen this before? Or is it just routine?
No, I think at this point she's done enough where she knows.
Do
that
they
it's
put
just-
it back and they're like, look at the way she's moving. It's
no,
a miracle.
No, it's always like this and other things will help the exercise and the proper
This
diet.
and real doctors
Well, it's just
could
like
get your
everything.
dog back.
It's like with exercise, proper diet, making sure she doesn't overexert herself. Like she will see results in 4 to 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
4
of
to
this,
8 weeks.
whatever it is. I'm like, okay, and then we do it, and then we get an argument with your wife
Did
about
you or
3,400.
did you
stop.
ever look at the dog and be like, a little better?
Well, yes.
because I do that with myself.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
I'm not hanging this on you.
No,
this
I
is
know.
about me.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest mark. If I have bought something, if I'm doing this
Oh,
for
'cause you
Andrea,
wanna believe,
yes,
yeah.
No, yeah.
I'm that guy. Way more. He's logical. Remember,
I mean-
I am not. So I'm sitting there, and I will see if we reverse roles, and I'm with Crystal, and Lena's running in the grass. I mean, look, it's working. Look at, oh my God, look at her gallop.
Well,
Yeah.
it's never like all of a sudden she just takes off like a greyhound. It's like that weekend.
She's
on,
a little more
on Sunday. She's
spry.
a little more spunky, and
Yeah.
she's like, look,
Spunky.
look at Lena. She's not dragging her
Oh
nails
my
that much.
God, her nose is extra wet.
And then I was like, yeah, but I think she's always like this in the morning, and she'll be dragging.
I'm sure of it. Look at the smile on her face. Dogs don't smile.
Yeah, she'll be dragging them about 3 p.m. as she was, biting at the flies, crazy. Oh my god!
Yeah, but by that time, I've had enough beer because I'm celebrating the fact that my dog's alive. That I don't notice that it didn't work because I'm hammered.
Yeah.
And you just don't look at the fact that she's just like she always was. You look at the
because you don't want to believe that.
Yeah. You're trying to help your dog anyway.
Live for mornings. Is what you're saying. Live for the mornings.
None of it works. None of it. All waste.
Let's try this one. You just went to Playa Linda Beach. You didn't go to the nude section,
Correct.
right? Okay. Get Tom all hot and
Hey
bothered.
y'all, just catching up on some ACTs, and you're talking about nude beaches, and it reminded me of the time I was visiting my sister up in Vermont, where she went to college near the city of Burlington, and we were walking through downtown Burlington, and I happened to see just some people, fully nude walking around in public, like that's living their normal daily lives, and I asked her what is up with that, and she says, in the state of Vermont, or maybe it's just the city of Burlington, I don't know for sure, public nudity is legal if you leave your house fully disrobed. Once you're in public, you can't disrobe, and I guess the distinction is there to prevent predators from flashing or whatever. But just wanted to ask what your guys' thoughts on that. Where should public nudity be legal? I'll shut up and listen. Have a good one, y'all.
Is it okay? So he's saying if you leave nude, you're good.
In Vermont, yeah, you have to leave your house nude, and then,
I can do that. I think. But isn't it going to be so rare that other people that aren't used to it are still going to call the police on you, and then you're going to
probably,
and they're going to come, and then you're going to be like, well, and then you're going to do that move where you're like, well, based on sovereign citizen, based on statute 124185, I'm allowed, and then
I'm allowed to walk with this AR.
Exactly.
You're like, all right, well, you're scaring everybody.
Yeah.
Although
I don't think you can do. I don't know about that.
I like if you're talking about would I be fine with it around my sons? I don't care, and I would laugh at it. We do this thing called Wiener Alert in our house.
Excuse me, your house is insane.
Yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning.
Wiener Alert.
That's crazy.
If I'm getting changed or whatever, let's say I'm doing the back, Crystal will be like, Wiener Alert, and then the boys will point.
It's like
and
the
laugh
band's
at me.
version of No Homo. You guys are so great.
Yeah,
you're a bunch of little Seth Petrozellis.
So
over there.
we'll just
I
say,
love it.
and then when my sons get dressed, and then they show, and we're like, Wiener Alert.
What's your wife yell? What
This
do you
is
yell?
why they won't pee in the bathrooms by themselves.
What do you yell about the wife?
Oh.
They're afraid some stranger's going to yell Wiener Alert at them.
I mean, it's a clam.
Clam bake. Mississippi clam bake.
Yeah. So, anyway, so I wouldn't be, if they saw a nude person, male or female, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
not a big deal for us either.
So it's not like they'd be traumatized by that.
I
don't think they
got like a blind bag unicorn toy, and there's this company that makes they sold them at Buc-ee's. We bought it at that Buc-ee's gas station, and there's this company that's like wildly popular in the Western and Feed and Seed type stores, and there's tons of them, and they sell these blind box toys that are like horses, equestrian type stuff, because that's the right, they're selling horse food and horse stuff, so they sell like horse toys because that's like culture. And Maisie got one of them from Buc-ee's and opened it, and it was a golden unicorn horse with a ginormous horse peen.
Really?
Yeah, and she's like, it's a girl, and I'm like, that's not a girl, baby, it's got a penis.
Why?
And she hates it now. She's like, it's got a penis, I hate it.
Was it a kid's toy?
Yeah.
Weird that it had a horse penis.
No, but it's just like anatomically correct.
Right.
It's not like
like lewd.
No,
it's
just like a penis. Like it's just like what horse. If you saw a horse, it would look. It's anatomically, it's a real horse.
I don't like it.
I knew you would
make it smooth.
Yeah.
Like what?
You're yelling Wiener Alert at your house.
I know, but that's real.
You're
So is horses with penises.
Yeah, but it's a toy. I'm like, just don't put it on the toy. Like, yes, it's in real life, but you could leave it off the toy.
I'm for no toy guns, because guns are no toy.
Like you pull down G.I. Joe's pants and it's just like...
Well, no, it's a horse.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I just don't need
I'm
it.
with you on that. I don't want to pull down G.I. Joe and see a G.I., whatever.
Well, that's how, slippery slope, right? If they get soon to be G.I. Joe.
I like how conservative you become. I like this. This is going to get good.
Is it conservative?
I don't know. I don't know what anything is.
I just don't want to see a horse dick. Sorry. cut that out.
Oh, what, the dick part?
Yeah,
Okay, that's two dicks. 3.
Mm.
Let's try. Oh, this one ties right in.
What's up, Tom and Dan? BD Americ here. I was listening to you say you're going to bring back the old Throbber merchandise. Now, I was one of those guys that waited in line for a golden Throbber. My wife pretty much forbid that from ever being in any sort of rotation. So now it's a change jar on my desk in my office.
Okay.
Now,
Most of these mugs, by the way, are changed jars.
Jars.
I can't talk.
Fine.
I bit my tongue out.
No. Well, also, we had a week off, and then we did a marathon of recording
Yeah.
today because we didn't have anything in the hopper or whatever.
Nothing in the hopper.
So
I wrote down one thing. I wrote down unicorn penises.
Yeah. Well, usually we have shows pre-recorded on Monday, so we don't have too heavy a day.
Yeah,
but coming back from vacation, it was just like a lot.
Hot.
But yeah, most wives or anybody that's not insane is not going to have that in their house for their grandma and their kids to see or whatever.
But we're bringing it back.
Yes.
We
in a Christmas
are,
ornament.
Yeah, a 100% bringing back the Throbber as a Christmas ornament. Super limited, super disgusting, and you'll love it.
Yeah.
Very limited, though.
And really, it was just for Daniel to bully Tony to make him send the Throbber design
But
to his
he
Chinese
passed it
guy.
off. He passed it off.
Oh, he did it?
Yeah, he passed it off to Pabone. Pabone did a little help on it because Tony gets really weird. But then the beauty is, though, that Tony does have to take the final art, and then he has to call China.
Yeah.
And then he has to email the man a
Chinese Tony. So I imagine there's like a doppelganger over like just Asian Tony that he knows all the factories that make the stolen stuff. That's where we get it from.
I like that.
Anyway.
Lee Palmiotti.
All right.
You want to do one more, or are we out of here?
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
We'll be right back.